there living jet setters, welcome to yet another travel video. Well, they say Rome wasn't built in a day, but we are going to try to explore Rome in a single day. Watch the video to find out more. So what do you do if you're transiting from Rome and you have just one day to explore Rome? Well, we are going to show you that in this video. First thing is you need to get to the city, so you need to follow directions for the train. That's the fastest way to get to the city. So this way to the train, and you'll see that there are train tickets available which you can just purchase off. So the train tickets cost us 14 euros one way, so we purchased the return ticket beforehand so that later on we don't have to stand in line. Now remember, Rome Termini is like your main station, so well, now that we got our caffeine fix, that was good. It just cost us 3 euros on small espresso and croissant. Well, a croissant is known as a cornetto here. Now, the best way to travel on the metro is get yourself one of this 24-hour pass, which can be used on metro, buses and trams. And it costs just 8 euros. Now, be aware when you're at the ticketing machine, there will be touts who will try to help you, offer to help you for some money. But yeah, these are the machines where you can actually get yourself one of this, which costs just 8 euros. And it's actually very easy to use the metro here in Rome. There are just basically two lines, if I'm not mistaken, line A and line B. So since it's early in the morning and we want to avoid crowds, so we are going to be heading to the Trevi Fountain as our first stop. Well, we've got off at the metro station, and the closest metro station to the Trevi Fountain is called Barberini. And now we're just going to walk straight to the Trevi Fountain, hopefully with no crowds. Here we are, guys. We have reached our first landmark for today, the majestic, the beautiful Trevi Fountain. Wow. Now legend has it that if you throw a coin inside the fountain, you will be coming back to Rome. Well, I actually did that almost 6 years back, and here I am 6 years later back at the Trevi Fountain. But I remember at that time we were allowed to go right down there. So, but now it's barricaded, or probably they'll open it up later. Once you finish visiting the Trevi Fountain, do not eat over here. It's like a tourist trap. So I would recommend, there are other better places to eat. And if you walk just from the right side of the fountain and go straight ahead, there's another attraction called the Spanish Steps. So that's where we're heading next. Well, here we are, guys, just hardly 10 minutes from the Trevi Fountain at the world famous the Spanish Steps. And the great part about being here early in the morning is there's no one here. We're going to climb some of the steps. There's no one here. I've never seen the Spanish Steps this empty ever. Trust me, in the afternoon it gets really, really crowded. So yeah, if you want to explore Rome without all the tourists, come early in the morning and you'll have literally no one here. And just as we speak and made it on top, the sun has started to rise. Wow. So if you look straight ahead, the last dome, that's St. Peter's, the Vatican, and straight ahead, right at the end, is the castle of San Michelangelo. So we'll be going to St. Peter's, heading there a little later at the Vatican. Now an important tip, there'll be a lot of people approaching you, and they'll try to be friendly, ask you where you're from, and then they'll say, oh, souvenir for you, and they'll try to tie something on your wrist. Politely say no, grazie, no, and then they'll just walk away. Because if they tie it to you, and then they're going to ask for money. So be aware of that tourist trap. I wish I caught that on camera, but I didn't want to film it. I was just enjoying the view at the moment here. So if you go straight down the Spanish Steps and then go towards the left, you'll come across the Pantheon. If you can see in the background, let me try to zoom in. Well, next we have reached Piazza Navona, and this is one of the most beautiful plazas here in Rome. You can actually just like while your time here, admire the beautiful architecture here, the fountain right in the center. Oh, it's beautiful. And again, the best part, just come here early morning, you'll have the whole plaza to yourself, very laid back, and yeah, you can actually admire its true beauty when no one's around here. A few steps from the Piazza Navona is the Pantheon. So we made it to our attraction, the Pantheon. Now the Pantheon actually opens at 9 o'clock in the morning. So we have already been there before 6 years back. There's a lovely oculus right in the middle, and the light which comes from that dome and that oculus in the center, that's breathtaking. So we're just going to admire it from the outside here, and yeah, such a majestic piece of art. Actually, we decided to walk, and it took us just like 15 minutes from the Pantheon, and I think I enjoyed the walk because on the way got to see so much ancient ruins and of the Roman Empire actually, and it's amazing and fascinating. And if I can look at the Colosseum in the background there. We are at one of the wonders of the world, the Colosseum next, and yeah, you remember to book your ticket online prior, because then you won't have to queue up in those humongous lines. Well, we are going to go inside and explore the Colosseum. This is my second time here at the Colosseum, and very, very excited now to go in. And here we are right now in the arena of the Colosseum. Wow, one of the wonders of the world, and we're right in the middle of it. I mean, imagine when those gladiators walked from that door, like from that side, and like to fight here, and all this area full of people cheering, and wow, what an atmosphere it must have been. So this arena could actually fit 70,000 people. The Colosseum actually was divided into different classes of the society. So if you had a high class, which was a different area of seating. If you had if you were poor, the slaves had a different area, etc., etc. So it was basically divided according to the strata of society. So the emperor actually sat here where you see the cross, and just to give you guys some more information on how the strata of society was divided. So if you were sitting in the lower level, you were rich, you were a politician, and if you were in the middle, you were a middle class, and if you were poor and right on top. So this full area was covered actually, and what you see down here is actually the underground area where they used to get ready for the games and all. So that was truly a spectacular wonder of the world. We wrap up our Colosseum visit, and the time right now is 12 in the afternoon, and we're gonna see and try to move to the Vatican now, because we have a 2 o'clock entry for the Vatican Museum and the Sistine Chapel, so we don't want to miss that. So let's head over there, and maybe on the way, let's see if we can grab some lunch before or after the visit. Yeah. So I've just stopped for lunch just outside the Vatican. So before we go on, we thought we'll get some food in. So I've ordered the spaghetti carbonara. It's quite cold out here, and got to get some energy in and then hit the Vatican museums. So there are a nice couple of restaurants here. So I just picked one randomly. Hopefully the food is good. So we have entered the Vatican Museum with airport type security. Well, I just overheard someone say that if you actually spend 1 minute per exhibit here at the Vatican Museum, you'll take 5 years to see the whole place. We are not going to do that. My favorite part of the Vatican Museums, from where I even came last time, is this part where I'm going to go now. Wow, just look at this, guys. Look at the frescoes on the walls. So beautiful. That was a nice visit at the Vatican Museums. Next we're heading to St. Peter's Square. Now the entry to St. Peter's Basilica is actually free. And guys, we are inside Vatican City and St. Peter's Square right now. And behind me is St. Peter's Basilica. Let's go in. So every Wednesday the Pope holds a papal audience, so that's why these chairs are there from yesterday. I remember being here 6 years back, and that time Pope Francis was there. It was such a magical moment to experience it. That's Pope John Paul II's tomb. It's such a magical experience being here in St. Peter's Basilica, and I don't know, words can't describe how I feel right now. The last time also I was here, I was just overwhelmed, and even this time too, just feels special. I feel blessed, and there's something about this place that I can't put in words. Yeah. So these are all the popes of the Roman Catholic Church. What a great experience to come back and visit here again, and like there's a nice place where you can actually pick up some relics, souvenirs from St. Peter's here, and which you can take back home and give it to some of your friends. If you're looking to your right, that's actually the official papal audience there. And when the Pope is elected, if I zoom in, this is the balcony that he comes out from and waves out to the crowd when he's first elected. So if you actually walk from St. Peter's like straight down, you can actually go all the way straight down to St. Michelangelo's castle. Also, back in the days, there was actually an underground passage from St. Peter's all the way to Michelangelo's castle. In case the church was under attack and all, the Pope could escape underground and take refuge in St. Michelangelo's castle. So as the sun sets on us, I'm going to rush back to the airport. It was an exhausting day, but filled with memories. And yes, Rome wasn't built in a day, but definitely I think you can cover Rome, most of it, in a single day. Until we see you with many more such videos, this is Merrill from the Living Jet Series signing off.